Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for doing a qualitative research methodology introduction to the graduate school, and to those who are listening, even though they're not connected with SLSU graduate school. Thank you for joining. This is a very nice avenue to promote qualitative research. No, not discrediting the other one, the quantitative research, but qualitative research is actually another way of looking at things, and it's another method which, in my opinion, goes deeper, no, into experiences, into their stories, and somehow immersing into the community. So yeah, so a while ago you were discussing about grounded theory. No, that's another approach that I really would love to discuss also. No, I love grounded theory, and it's a method that would somehow you generate your theory out of scratch, out of the data you've gathered in on the grassroots. While phenomenology is still some kind of there's a grounded theory aspect in it, but it's on a different level of perspective. So, my task today is to present to you a phenomenological study. No? So, but however, I will not go directly to the method itself, but I will give you a little background of the philosophy behind phenomenology and uh, the design, the method, the research method. The phenomenological method is anchored to the philosophy of phenomenology, no, which is very important. That's why I titled my presentation as Phenomenological Study, a Philosophical Understanding of the Inquiry, no, of the research inquiry. So I'm an anthropologist. I just got my PhD from the University of San Carlos. No, my dissertation was about fishing communities here in Liloan, Southern Leyte, in Panaon Island to be exact. I used qualitative methods, specifically the ethnographic method, and in that ethnographic method somehow it's mixed up, no, because I also used the phenomenological approach in looking at the experiences and the my experiences also while I was on the field, no, gathering data. So now we go to what is phenomenological study and what are the underlying concepts, no, behind phenomenological study. Okay, so the contents of my presentation are, it's very simple. No, there are two parts, no? Two parts in the presentation. The first part will be about the philosophical context, no, its definition of phenomenology, its historical context in anthropology, and then the concept of intentionality. No, this concept is very vital in the field of phenomenology. And then we will also have a little discussion on context and essence. Now, what is context and what is essence, and why it is relevant, especially in the study of phenomenology, and even in grounded theory, and even in other studies, specifically uh, in qualitative researches. No? Why is context and essence very important? We will be discussing these things. And the second part will be about the research design. No? So in this part, I will be discussing, or I will be sharing to you what is a qualitative phenomenological research design, what are its characteristics, what are its methods, data gathering methods, and what are its procedures. And then, of course, in the qualitative realm, research realm, there are so many designs. You know? You have grounded theory, even phenomenology has so many designs that sprout, no, after the phenomenological design. You have there the hermeneutic phenomenology, and there are so many kind of phenomenological studies. Now, of all these studies, they have their strengths and they have their weaknesses. No? Each design has its uses, and of course, there are also some limitations. But what is important is we will be aware of these limitations so that somehow we can find a way not to somehow limit that limitation. No? So we will be discussing that. No, in a while. So before we go to the research design, let's go first to the philosophical context of the study, no? Phenomenology. No? What is its philosophical concept? So we start with definitions. Okay? So phenomenology is a philosophy of experience. From phenomenology comes from two words. No? So if anthropology comes from two Greek words, no? Anthropos and logos, meaning anthropos human being and logos meaning the study, or kung ato na siyang itapad no murag logos ang human being. But if we look at it's the study of human being. The phenomenology also has that logi there, which comes from logos. So phenomenology comes from the study of a certain phenomenon, no? How people experience that certain phenomenon, no? Phenomenology is a philosophy of experience. No? For phenomenology, the ultimate source of all meaning and value is the lived experience of human beings. No? So everything that we feel, everything that we, how we look at things, everything, no? Our perspectives and all these stuffs, no? They are the ultimate source of this is our experience. Now, how do we experience? No? When can we say that we have experienced? No? Experience is there when we have grasped it using our five senses. No? Experience because we have seen it, experience because we have felt it, experience because we have tasted it, no? Experience because we have heard it, no? And all, no? Our senses is the source of experience, no? Now all philosophical systems, scientific theories, and aesthetic judgments have the status of abstractions, no? From the ebb and flow of the lived world, no? Abstraction. I don't know if you can still remember during your logic classes when you were in undergraduate school on abstraction. What is abstraction? Can you remember that term? No, it's very vital also in the study of logic. Abstraction is when you abstract, what is the essential features, of the things in front of you. Like for example, uh, you have there you have three girls in front of you, though they have different physical attributes, they have different physical characteristics. One may possess a long hair, one may be bald, one may be have short hair. They might have also different gender preferences. But when you look at them through the process of abstraction, you were able to abstract, something. You have to draw something out from this tree, and that is being a woman. That's the essence of what is there. That is abstraction. No? In phenomenology, in the philosophy of experience, you draw out from their several experience, you abstract from their several experiences. What is the essence? What is the common? No? What is their common experience? And what is this experience about? What is the meaning of this experience? No? That is a phenomenology approach. No? Another definition is that phenomenology is the study of structures of consciousness as experienced from the first person point of view. So my experience, that's your experience, first person point of view. The central structure of experience is its intentionality, which we will be discussing later. It's being directed towards something, as it is an experience of or about some object. An experience is directed towards an object by virtue of its content or meaning. Say, for example, you've seen a painting, right? Or uh, let's have this very common example, the flag. When you see the flag, you say, sometimes you look at it as a symbol of the Philippines, right? But that's your intention, to look at it as a symbol of the Philippines. However, there really exists a flag with the cloth, with the colors and all, no, as an object, no? While there is also another meaning. Now it depends to you, it depends on your intention now, how you will be trying to experience that, no? Will you experience that as a as a symbol of of the country, or will you experience it as a habol, no? So for example, naka dito sa nagira, no, nakita kag flag sa US baron or sa nga flag din ha. And then yung gigamit ng habol, you do not look at it as something you do not look at it as something that represents the nation, but you use it because of it's being a cloth, it's big, pwede siya gamit ng habol, no? So it's depende na siya sa ato ang consciousness, no, which we will be discussing later more, no, when we reach the concept of intentionality, no? Phenomenology as a discipline is distinct from but related to other key disciplines in philosophy, no, such as ontology, epistemology, logic, and ethics, no? It's a when you say phenomenology, no, several philosophers, no, there are so many philosophers that are proponents of this, no? So daghan gina sila mga phenomenological, no, and even until now, no, modern philosophers, uh, some of them have this phenomenological mindset. Not only philosophers but also anthropologists, no, are really into phenomenology, no, because it's living, no, it's looking at actual happenings, delving into their experiences of a certain phenomenon, no, like what happened in Odette, no. Sus kanindot ang tato og kuan pa no patama pagkahuman sa audit nag-research din ta pero sa ako na to pag interview sa itong mga silingan nga atong bahay guba man sad, no. So sayang to. Okay, now another definition is that phenomenology is one of the most influential philosophical traditions of the 20th century and has significantly shaped contemporary anthropological and social theory. So this entry shows the various ways in which phenomenology has contributed to contemporary anthropology, no? It also shows that a better understanding of the phenomenological tradition and what it offers social and historical analysis could further contribute to the development of anthropology, no? Phenomenology is very vital in anthropology, no? Because um, it's two-way, no? The anthropologist goes to the field, he too, the anthropologist too, has his experience with the community. Now, the community also has its experience with the anthropologist and the phenomena, no? Another thing. No? So it's very complex. No? It's very complex. It's complicated. No? Experiencing, no? The first part. Now that's why in anthropology, sensya na masigaw hisgot anak kay mamon lagi na ako ang major. In anthropology, you start doing research, you start doing your data gathering when pag adto nimo sa lugar, the community nga imong giadtuan, suod na nimo, meaning di na sila mag-alang to do their things, to do their stuffs, to do their daily activities even with your presence. No, most of the time this is the common fault of us researchers, no. Sometimes we just go to the community and then we directly conduct interviews, we directly observe and all, no, without first establishing a certain rapport with that community, which is very important. No? That's why in doing ethnographic research, the first thing to do is to hang out with them, no? Establish rapport with them. Para di na sila matinga, no? Mag-uban kanila. Bisag naa ka din hapon, di sila tambling-tambling na sila diawa, na sila pakialam nimo. But if you are still an alien, if they still regard you as an outsider, di na sila mabuhat sila mga buhatonon din ha because naa ka. No, because naa ka. Kung wa ka, mao na pa sila mabuhat, then kasama na yung pag-collect sa data. Diba? Kasama na yung pag-collect sa data. So that is why that is very important, no? Kasagaran natong sipyat is paspas man ta mo trabaho sa atong research, pinaspasay, no? At times kay natay deadline, no, like for example our thesis and all, natay deadline mo nang ato pang paspasan natong research, no. We have not established really a deep rapport, no, with the community, and it will really affect the data. It will really affect the data, no? So sideline na to siya ha. Now in particular, the entry emphasizes the conditions of phenomenology, no, being in the world, no, meaning ikaw nga naa sa world, embodiment, imong lawas ug imong utok, no, two separate things, no? Philosophers would look at it as two separate things, that your mind there and imprisoned, no, with your body, and you have the external world, no? Mura na tanig na unsa na to, mind, body, external, no? Mura na tanig ni sayaw, no? So shows mo na siya, no, embodiment and the radical otherness that each being is different, no? Now, and shows how each of these three, you know, have been utilized by phenomenological anthropologists in their analysis of sociocultural life. That is how complex humans are, especially if you are going to study in the communities, in different societies with different cultures, with different lineage, with different value system. It's very different, no? It's very different. This is one thing, no? In phenomenology, um, which I will also be discussing later, that one of its weaknesses is sometimes we are drawn by our own biases. We have to set aside our biases when we are in using this approach, and not only when we are using this approach, no, but for me, we have to set down our own. We have to separate our biases from our studies, no? Because usually, especially qualitative researches, these are retelling their stories. In ethnography, we retell the stories, not my story, but their stories. No? So if I will impose my bias, no? Furthermore, the entry stresses that phenomenology has always been a critical endeavor. No? Historically, this was so in terms of the rethinking of some of the most fundamental concepts of the so-called Western tradition. No? More recently, the critical aspect has focused on the ways in which such conditions of experience as race, class, and gender, among others, significantly shape, no, the possibilities for any experience or whatsoever. Okay? So, natay gamayng history, no? Phenomenology is one of the most influential philosophical traditions of the 20th century, founded at the turn of the century by Edmund Husserl. Si Edmund Husserl ang nag-una, no? Nag-introduce aning phenomenology. Though the phenomenology was there all throughout, no? Even at the beginning, phenomenology was there. No, but it was formalized by Edmund Husserl. No? Phenomenology developed over the course of the century in ways that both adhered to and diverted significantly from this foundation. There are now daghan na kaayo ang phenomenology nga variations, no? Daghan na kaayo ang phenomenology nga variations. Like for example, when you go to hermeneutics, it's more of the word, no? What is in hermeneutics, the first part will be you look at the context of the word, ang meaning sa word in the literature, and then unsa na yung meaning ron. Mura og basta, no, it's very complicated. It's another method, no, but this method still comes from the phenomenological method, no. uh, Perhaps most significantly, phenomenology has critically engaged the radical distinction between human subjects and non-human objects, now which used to constitute a dominant mode of thinking within the so-called Western tradition. So, in doing so, phenomenology set the stage for rethinking the very foundation of human existence as one that is above all relational, temporal, embodied, and situated. Meaning, the human experience comes from us, not from anybody else. No, gikan sa sud, sa mind, and then your body, who have dropped your mind using your five senses, then you experience. No, human experience is like that. No. Now, in history, in Western tradition, kabawa mo kinsa ng Western, no? Sila na, no? Apil lang ato ang mga idol nga mga karaan nga mga philosophers like Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. No? Now, phenomenology deviates, no? Deviates from this Western tradition. No? Who among you here is familiar with the allegory of the cave? Now, this is something, no, of being explained by Plato, no, that there are two kinds of worlds. No, there's the world of ideas, and then there is the world of senses. No, Plato said that in the allegory of the cave, it's like imagine yourself sitting in front of a cave, okay, and then you're facing the walls of the cave, and then the light comes into the cave from your back. So what you see on the walls are mere shadows. no, mere shadows of the reality, no, which is at your back, no, projected by the light. No, Plato said that there is a separate world, a world of prototypes, no, wherein we are just here, no, shadows of that prototypes, no? So na natay prototype, yeah, ato anino mo ni ang nakitaan sa atong world, no, in this world of senses na gitawag niya, no, but everything this is there in the world of ideas. Now, phenomenology deviates from this idea, no? Phenomenology believe that it's in, no, kita jud mismo, no, kita, no, not a reflection, no, but so, no, in doing so, phenomenology set the stage for a thinking that the very foundation of human existence as one that is above all relational, temporal, embodied, and situated, no, kita mismo situated in ourselves, no? That much of this is now taken for granted within anthropology and social theory shows just how influential the phenomenological tradition has been in this critical endeavor. Indeed, phenomenology's impact on contemporary anthropology has been substantial. Several theoretical approaches have shaped contemporary anthropology, sometimes critically but always productively. So daghan na, no? Daghan from post-structuralism to anthropological theory. Daghan kaayo ang theories nga founded on phenomenology. Because phenomenology very basic, no? It started from our human experiences. Okay? So much of that, no, this is a little just we just nigunit ra tagamay sa history, no, but actually phenomenology is one subject, no, in philosophy, no, and because most especially that several philosophers are actually subscribed, no, to this concept, no? Even myself, no, I agree to that. And the way we look at things, the way we experience things, and the way here, no, in our values, no, is a product also of our culture. It's also a product of our socialization process, no? So next we go to intentionality. No, unsa man ning intentionality nga atong gisgutan kanina, no? The term, when you speak of phenomenology, dili mawa ang paghisgot nato sa word nga intentionality, no? The term most closely associated with phenomenology is intentionality, no? The teaching that every act of consciousness we perform, every experience that we have is intentional, no? Intentional meaning we are conscious of an experience, no? All our awareness is directed towards objects. So example, if I see some visual object such as tree or lake. If I imagine, my imagining presents an imaginary object such as a car that I visualize coming down a road. If I am involved in remembering, I remember a past object. Or if I am engaged in judging, I intend a state of affairs or a fact. Now, every act of consciousness, every experience is correlated with an object. Every intending has an intended object. So meaning, intentionality, intention, not an intention in everything that we do. We are conscious. So for example, when we experience sadness, we are conscious that we are experiencing sadness. We are conscious that we are experiencing pain. No? There is this intention of experiencing. No? Dili ni siya buot pasabot nga intention nga mo imong gusto jud ka masad, no. But there is this intention nga kini siya nga intention lahi. No? Lahi pud siya nga intention. Kana bang conscious ka, no, you are conscious about the thing that is happening. The thing that is happening. No, that is why later on the research design focus gid dito sa tao nga naka-experience, no? Kay si siya nga naka-experience is conscious of that experience. He is conscious kay part na sa iyang intention, no? Kay na conscious siya tungod kay he have na experience na niya using his or her five senses, no? Of course using also his mind, no? Using also his mind, which we don't know, no? our mind is boxed with this skull. Supposedly dili unta na siya, ano maka-influence rin siya sa gawas sa skull, no? These are several things that philosophers, no, could not even find a way to answer that, no? How does this purple thing inside our head, no, influences everything in the outside world, no? So these are things nga di na nato nalibugon itong kagulingon na no, kay ilan na. So yung hisgot ra ko ani ninyo para at least namoy gamay grasp on what is really phenomenology, no? Yeah, I have around 30 minutes. We should note that this sense of intent or intention should not be confused with intention as the purpose we have in mind when we act. So the phenomenological notion of intentionality applies primarily to the theory of knowledge, not to the theory of human action. So the phenomenological use of the word is somewhat awkward because it goes against ordinary usage, which tends to use intention for the practical sense, no? Lahi mo siya, intentionality, no? These are technical terms, no, in philosophical discussion. Okay, so next is we go to context and essence, no? Context and essence is very important, no, in phenomenology. Now what is context, no? So I have here two definitions, no? Definition of context and definition of essence, no? Both coming from Britannica dictionary. So you have here context. Context definition is the words that are used with a certain word or phrase and that help to explain its meaning. The situation in which something happened, the group of conditions that exist where and when something happens, no? So context meaning unsay konteksto, no? Unsay konteksto sa panghitabo, no? For example, bagyong Odette, no? Si bagyong Odette ning hapak sa syudad o ning hapak sa bukid, no? Ang ilahang pagkasyudad o ang ilahang pagkabukid are two different contexts, no? The same phenomenon, but it could have different effects in two different contexts, no? In lain nga mga contexts, no? Mo na siya context, very important, no? That is why in doing research, to establish that context, you must make sure that it is written there in your research environment, no? Usually when I look at some thesis, my common or my common suggestion is that to write the context, to write the environment as if you are bringing your readers to the place. That is why you have to need to add demography, a little part of their culture, no? Because the readers did not wa sila anang lugara, no? As much as possible, bring them to that place so that they can understand, no? Because you can understand more if you know the context. No, di ta kasabot kasagaran, mabot na kasagaran nga padulungan natog away, no? Kay pataka ra tag judge without knowing the context. You have to know the context first. Ngano di ay nga ani man ni siya? Diin man ni siya nagikan. Unsa day ilang kultura? Unsa day ay ilahang lugar? Ngano ingani man iyang nilihukan? No? These questions can be answered by context, no? No? So it's very important, no, to have this context. Another is you have also essence. No? Essence is the basic nature of a thing, no? The quality or qualities that makes a thing what it is. Unsa may nakapahimo sa butang nga kana siya, no? Like for example, we say natay chair sa dining table, natay chair sa island, natay chair sa sala, natay chair sa classroom. They appear differently, no? They have different physical characteristics, di ba? Lain sila porma, napay armchair, but still unsa may essence nila? We call them chair, no? Because unsa may essence sa ilang pagka-chair? Kay sila pwede silang malingkuran. Nagamit sila para lingkod. They are designed for lingkod, no? Mo na siya essence, no? Nakapahimo ni jang chair. Example, mo rin napunta sa baji. Unsa may nakapahimo sa baji nga baji, no? Pardon me ha, but daghan naman og beauty pageant, no? But kung inyo nang ipangutana siguro sa beauty pageant, what is the essence of being a woman, no? Simple. You become a woman because pwede ka mabuntis, the capability of bearing a child. Now that is why sometimes we say that the fullness of being a woman, no, is really reaching its essence. No? Kung ang babae manganak, that's the fullness of being a woman. Being able, no, to bear a child. No? So, mo na siya. Very important. Ang context, kay para ma-situate nimo ang imong study, ang essence is, from their different experiences, makuha nimo nga, kini si siya nga experience, parte man ni si siya o grief. Okay, on i-abstract. Kini pud sa iya po diri nga experiences, parte pud ni siya o grief. Grief. So, meaning di ay, ang kini si siya nga phenomenon, naghatag ni Ranina ni nila o kasakit. And if you can go deeper than grief, much better. That is why it's very important in phenomenology, the researcher's interpretation. Okay, so moto, not so much with that. We go now to the research design. How is a phenomenological study being done? Yun sa siya paghimo, no? Paano siya ginawa? Okay. So actually I've got this text, no, coming from the internet, and it's a good material for this presentation, no? So I just get it from there, and I have it here so that I will also explain this now as we go along. So what is qualitative phenomenological research design? So phenomenological research is a qualitative research approach that seeks to understand and describe the universal essence of a phenomenon. Now, when we say universal, it's not particular, it's not specific, no, it's universal. No, it applies to all. No, applies to all. So the approach investigates the everyday experiences of human beings, no, while suspending the researcher's preconceived assumptions about the phenomenon. No, so ang approach nag-investigate sa experiences sa mga tao nga nakasugat ana nga phenomenon, no? While gisuspend sa researcher ang ako apong mga preconceived, kay ako pud mismo nakatesting pud ko ana nga phenomenon, but ako ra nang ipadaplin. This is not my story, it's theirs, no? It's their voices that I want to be heard, not my voice, no? In other words, phenomenological research studies lived experiences to gain deeper insights into how people understand those experiences, no? Unsay ilahang mga meanings adto nga mga experiences, no? Researchers using phenomenological research design assume that people use a universal structure or essence to make sense of their experience. No, naadjud na. No, they interpret the participants' feelings, perceptions, and beliefs, no, to clarify the essence of the phenomenon under investigation, no? Phenomenological research design requires the researcher to bracket, no, whatever a priori assumption they have about the experiences or phenomenon, no? Bracket, no? So meaning ng bracket, no? What do we mean by bracketing? Which will be bisgutan natin ninyo sa procedures, no? So meaning ng bracketing, no? Meaning ng bracketing is imong gi-bracket, aware ka karon sa imong mga assumptions, no? Don't let it affect your data. Imo na daang i-box nga mao ni ako ang assumptions, no? Basig makakuan ko, no? Now there's also a way, no, para malikayan na nato, no, ma-discuss na later. Okay, daam jud ta, no? We have these biases, no, which is a very difficult part, no? Panag sa atong interpretation are all founded with these biases. In fact, dapat unta, it's the other way around. We do research because we want to get data from them, no? Kumoho na, if we impose our biases on the data, di na lang ta mag-research. Kaya ang ato ang isulti, di ba? So it's something like that, no? Researchers using phenomenological research design assume that no, they interpret the participants' feelings, and so in simpler terms, researchers use phenomenological research design to understand a phenomenon's universal nature, no, by exploring the views of those who have experienced it, no? So if this is the phenomenon, ang phenomenological research kini maiyahang mga tan-awon ang mga tao nga naka-experience anang phenomenon. No, karon si researcher kuhaon niya tong mga interviews niya sa ilang mga experiences. Ya, pag draw ni researcher ato nga mga experiences, iyang tan-awon what is common. No? Iyang i-abstract from those experiences what is the essence. No? How do they look at the phenomenon? No, the phenomenon. No? Yun sa nila pagtanaw ang phenomenon. No? So, exploring the views of those who have experienced it. Now, this approach is popularly used to study lived experiences, no? Gain a deeper understanding of how human beings think, no? And expand a researcher's knowledge about a phenomenon. No? For example, a researcher could explore a phenomenon like antisocial behavior in the workplace, women's experiences with a particular disease, and many more. No? Phenomenon is not limited only to tragedies and all. No? Phenomenon is very broad also. No? Daghan klase nga phenomenon. No? Even the phenomenon of accreditation. No? What are the lived experiences of the faculty towards accreditation? No? Which I really look at something as for me, this is in an anthropological perspective, these stuffs like accreditation and all, no, QS rankings and all, it's like making our processes like machines. No, it's like ISO, for example, no, they make our processes as machines. No, techno. I forgot the term. No, it's like basta mura og gihimo ng machines ng atong mga processes no mga para mura ba og sa factory ba nga dapat after ani mahitabo ingana na siya ang dagan no, technocracy, something like that, no, of education no mo na siya karon. And because of that, daghang kay accreditation nga dapat nga nakatuman ta ani nga mga standards, nakatuman ta ani nga mga standards. And no, it's a concept nga daghan na kay nag-istoryahon no kay moabot na po na ngadto sa ibabaw no, and ano kinahanglan nato i-comply na para matagaan tag budget and all no, daghan na kay na siya nga daghan na kay na siya padulngan nga istorya no. But morely it's more of a techno mechanization of education, something like that no. So these are also phenomenon no. In your classroom, for example, daghan pud og phenomenon nga pwede ninyo tan-awon nga pwede ninyo himuon no as basis for your phenomenological research. Okay, so what are the characteristics of a phenomenological research design? So below are the four main characteristics of phenomenological research design. Phenomenological research design is descriptive, meaning the researcher aims to describe as accurately as possible the structure of a phenomenon. Description. When you say description, it's describing what really happened. So when you describe, you just describe. No, why imo din ha, no? Describe ra ka unsa nahitabo. No? Then qualitative phenomenological research design aims to uncover what a particular experience means to a group of people and how they experience it. No? So ang gamit sa phenomenological research design is to uncover no unsa nga particular experience ang means to a group of people, how they made sense of that experience, how they made sense of that phenomenon in their experiences, and how they experience it. Mabitaw na siyang kasagaran nga lived experiences, phenomenological dyan na. No? This approach requires researchers to set aside their prejudices and a priori assumptions and focus mainly on the immediate experience. So, mo ni lisod no, kunag sa dili nato jud i-appeal ang ato ang mga personal biases, ang ato ang personal stuffs no, mga hunahuna about the phenomenon. Instead, ang experience sa mga naka-experience apart from us, experience sa mga ato ang mga respondents in a certain context no? In a certain context kay dili man pud na siya applicable sa tanan, so applicable ra na siya ana diha nga context no? It requires the researcher to first describe the lived experiences objectively and then reflect on the description with reference to the existing theories about the phenomenon. no? So may nakalisod diri ang interpretation, no? Ang imong i-describe ang lived experiences and objectively unya imong i-reflect karon, no, about several theories, no, about the phenomenon, no? So you have there the lived experiences imong gikuha, it made sense imong i-describe karon you look at several theories about the certain phenomenon kung ni-support ba siya sa ibang theories or what. What are the methods of collecting data for phenomenological designs? No? So, in qualitative research, honestly, when you see a qualitative research with one method, with one data collection method, that's very weak. That's very weak. No? Since qualitative methods, qualitative research does not deal with numbers. We deal with people. We deal with texts. We deal with interviews and all. To triangulate or to validate our data, qualitative researchers should use several data gathering techniques. No, dili ka interview ra. No, I'm not wala ko nagiubos ang interview ha, but kinahanglan na pa na siya kauban nga lain nga mga methods, dili kay usara siya. No, kay di ka maka-validate. What if nangilad nag interview nimo? Labi na kay wata ka establish og rapport. What if nangilad na your data is flawed? Diba? That's why you need other kinds of data gathering techniques. No? That's common, no, in all qualitative methods. Dili kay usara, no? So researchers can use a variety of methods in phenomenological design, no? Some of the most common methods are participant observation. What is participant observation? I know you are not aware of this, but some of you are doing this. A participant observation is you join them on a certain activity. You participate at the same time you observe. Okay? So, ako naman nang gibuhat sa field, sir. Participate ko, sir. Naguban ko nila nga tuog kuan kanang na sila yung mga fiesta ning uban ko, sir. Inom sila, sir. Ning uban po ko, sir. Ako na lang ginabuhat, sir, sa dito sa field. But have you recorded that? Wala, no? You should record also that. No, you will make in your field work dapat na pagkailain nga notes nga nagsuwat sa imong participant observation. Imong ginarate dito kung sa nahitabo. Kay that will be your source of data. Nasuwat na nimo. Mo ni pong tanan aron. Nasuwat ba natong tanan, no? Nakasuwat ba tang tanan? Wa, no. So una siya. Another, you have interviews, not the most common, no? You have either you have a key informant interviews. Key informant interviews mo ni ang sa mga swito, no? Swito, for example, sa ako sa fishing communities, ang mga swito sa fishing mo to ibang mga key informants. Now, in the field of phenomenological designs, depende na aron sa phenomenon. Kinsay imuhang key informants. So sila mo to imuhang interviewhon, no? Of course, when you do interview, you do the basic ethical concerns thing, no? Dapat mananghid ka, consent, informed consent, uban pa, no? And then another method is conversation with participants, no? These are informal interviews. Just simply being there, no, in your hanging out, no, hang out juga dito dapat dili kay aran ka formal ra pud kaniadto sa community, no? So kung ma-converse ka nila sa tanong sa storya mo, magsige po kag jot down sa imong field notes, or if pwede kuan pud ka maka-record ka with their permission, mag-record ka sa imong mga istorya kay magamit to nimo puhon, no? Remember that all these stuffs nga imong na-record o imong nasuwat are basis for your data. So imo nang balikan tanan later on, nig analysis nimo sa imong data, no? Ingana na siya ka grabe ka unsa, no? And then analysis of personal text, no? Kung naa siya diary or whatsoever dinha nga naa siya mga sinuwat, pwede nimo basahon with the permission of, again, of the respondent, of the participant. Kung tan-aw nimo dito kung unsa may suod sa iyang mga personal text, no? And then action research, no? You're so familiar with that. And then you have focus meetings, no? Focus group discussions. No, that is why in times na po kay mga FGD, no, mga groups. So aside from your key informant, na po kay focus group, no? Sa hermeneutics bitaw, nga phenomenology, ang style bitaw dito kay they started with the focus group discussion, no, on focus group discussion. Yeah. During the focus group discussion, na ganing something important, murag something nice nga nastorya ang usa, pasultayahon pa na daghan unya og dili ganin na siya makastorya, ang next ana is ang researcher moadto siya sa kadtong tawhana, iya na pud to siya interviewhon, one on one na pud sila interview about ra atong nga issue or kadtong iyahang natubag or iyahang data nga na share ni niya during the focus group discussion. No, inana na siya sundon no kay para gyud makuha ang essence, no makuha jud ang essence, no ang pinaka meaning sa iyang gisulti, no mo nay importante, no. So do not limit your data gathering methods to this, no. No, even field observations will do, no. But of course, again, the most basic thing is if you do this several kinds of data collecting methods, be sure to record this, no, because you cannot just base everything on memory, no, because sometimes no atong memory pod makalimtan lang mo, memory gap pud ta nagsa, no, memory ra atong saligan, mo na ang dapat isuwat jud isuwat, no. What you should do when you go to the field and you interview is you have the plan, and then you go there, what really happened, unsa nahitabo dito unya, even in your writing of the narrative, no, sa imong fieldwork karong adlaw is what are your personal feelings, o sa imong mga reflections, imo lang isuot kadto I feel very sad kay ngani para pag abot sa panahon nag-analyze na nimo sa data, mo to imong balikan tanan pagkadaghan, no. That is why qualitative research is very tedious. Kato tanan nga gipang transcribe nimo, mo to imong tan-awon, mo to imong pangitaan dito og mga themes, no, o make sense kato, no? So regardless of the method you use for qualitative phenomenological research design, you must focus on the research issues and avoid influencing the participants. Dili kay imo jud i-avoid, no? Dili kay nga oo bitaw kuan man to sa kuha kay ngani man nahitabo, ayaw, do not just let him or her talk. Iyan ning experience, no, not yours as a researcher. Iyang experience, ayaw gi-apil-apil. Do not prompt her to say something. Kataga sagaran na ba nato mag-interview, most of the time nanatay gusto nga concept nga gusto nilang isulti, muna pa sa atos ng taga-agklong, mo ni isulti ingani man to, para makasulti sila, no. Dili ingana, no? We just dapat nalang tay prod, no, moingon lang ta nila mo nalang tay probing questions, no. Unya kao man ato na unsa man, no? Mao ba di ay la kuyawa gid ato, no. Unya pagka man ato, no, and then panagsa mo hilom na sila kadali, usually mga 6 seconds ana or 7, dilibot pasabot pa saan nga wala na sila kasulti, nagunahuna ana night time so mag-interview ka nga sige istorya mo hilom kadali, kita tan-aw ta ni hilom bira din taglaing question, dili pa pahawatong sana nato kay napay time sana, o kadto pud di ang si kuan, no, ingani pud ay to na kuan, ingani to hitabo nako dai kay dito sa kuan naa pa day sumpay, no. So these are also these are some techniques, no, when you do some interviews, no. Additionally, you must show empathy and establish a good level of rapport to gain deep insight into the participants' experiences. Naadyo empathy, meaning you put yourself in their shoes. Samtang nagsulti sila o naghilak sila, ay sige katawa dia, apil og hilak. Artista po ka ba? Sakit mo kay sir, kay ingani mo gud nahitabo sir, iya mo gugong gibuwagan. Ngayon ka, mo ba sakit gyud nang ingana, no? So dapat na jud kay empathy po, no, imong ipakita, no, sa para pod siya mas ganahan pud siya mo storya nimo, no, kay nakaka-feel niya na you are feeling, no, what he or she is feeling. So mas makadaghan siyang storya, and the more niyang storya, that's data. Okay, so next is what are the procedures involved in phenomenological design. Okay, so there is no clear-cut way to carry out a phenomenological inquiry. No, however, research involving phenomenological design often follows this pattern. No, for me, no, ang research is a somehow papakita pud na sa imong kaugalingon, no. Ang paagi sa pagsuwat nimo sa research is sometimes naka imong kaugalingong style, no, unsaon, no. So pero naa jud gyapon essence, nagyapay similarities ang tanan. No, so first is the identification of the phenomenon, no. So unsa man nga phenomenon, no? Unsa man nga phenomenon karon ang imong gustong tan-awon, no? Naidaghan, no, naidaghang phenomenon. And then you develop a detailed description of the phenomenon, no? Unsa man nga phenomenon about? Pwede na ni ngadto nimo sa imong review of related literature. Phenomenon, unsa man yung mga phenomenon, unsa may gipang storya ani, unsa man hitabo sa ani nga phenomenon sa ubang lugar nya dinhi sa atuan, murag imo na siyang ikuan jud og maayo, no, i-describe, no, because ang phenomenon may imong gitan-aw, no. Next is bracketing personal prejudices and a priori assumptions, meaning imo nang isuwat daan pod, no, in your results later on, napog kay part diha sa imong results nga ang imuhang personal nga mga biases, imong mga personal prejudices, no, nga mao pud ni akong experience, no, para at least ang nagbasa aware pud siya nga ay naapod na siya iyahang experience, mao pud ni iyahang mga biases, no, para at least makit-an dito overlap ba sila. And then collection of data from the participants, no, using those different methods. And then data analysis, no, how do you analyze data, no, from the transcripts to the recordings and all, no. So you have to read the data, no, demarcating the data, no? Eliminating irrelevances, grouping and naming data into constituents, into codes, no, and arranging the data into themes that accurately and fully describe the participants' lived experiences, no. So from the different experiences imong kuhaon ang essence dito, ilan unsa may ilaha dito nga mga themes, no? Do not create pre-identified themes, no. Themes like this on lived experiences should emerge from the data, no, just like the grounded theory method, no, that Sir Froilan have been discussing, no. It should emerge from the data, dili kay na kay theme daan nga mao ni dapat ingani na mugawas jud ni dapat mugawas jud ni da nihuman imo nang i-frame ang imong questions adto para mao toy manggawas. No, you just let them describe their experiences, and from that let the theme emerge from the data, dili kay naa na kay themes daan, no, let them emerge, no, from the data, no. And then once you have those themes, then you can write now a description, no, development of a composite description of the phenomenon, no, ang ilahang mga through their lived experiences. Ang imong themes ron kat man gawas na imong mga themes dito, no, sa imong pag data gathering from their lived experiences. Not only from the lived experiences, you include also the other data that you have gathered, including your field observation, including your participant observation, no? You just have to indicate there, no, di ba, kung magbutang ta, we put direct quotations, no, in our themes, and then we write there dinigikan, no, respondent number 1, so for sure pwede ba magbutang ato sa participant observation, no, unya asa na makitaan sa imong dikuan, asa na makitaan sa imong transcripts, field observation asa na napitagan mo sa transcripts, no, pwede ra nimo i-appeal. And if you have pictures, it's also good, no, you can put pictures there, no, you can put pictures there, you just label them as plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, something like that, no, because nowadays mas nindot ang picture kay makapture nimo ang naa sa lugar, mabutang nimo sa imong paper. Let's make use of that, no. Gone are the days nga puro ra kita textual, no, we can use pictures, no, you can use pictures, or if you cannot use pictures, you can somehow sketch, no, based from their description, and then you ipakita nimo nila kung mao ba na, no. In my field work I did that, no. So nakisgot sila nga mao ni klase nga panagat sir ang amuan, si wa naman na lagi buhat ang uban, sing storya na lang. And then pag abot na ko sa bahay, akong gi-sketch, nahimo ko kalit nga artist char. So akong gi-sketch na ko, akong gibalik sa mananagat, mao ba ni si Ja, sakto ba ni akong gi-drawing. So makita nimo kung adi sir, ingani sir, ingani ma-adjust nimo, and then you put it there as one plate, no. Magamit na siya, no, magamit na, no. If in your field observation na kay makita dito nga mga pictures nga pwede nila magamit pod, they can maka-draw pod nila og attention, no. So for example, maadto ka ni naguba ang dike, picturean nimo dike, nag-interview nimo siya, kini naguba day inyong dike, unsa may inyong mga kuan ani niya, ay sus grabe jud na kanang dike, dako jud kinagan, daghan na pog storya mahimo ana, no. Naghanap og mystery nga. And then lastly is the presentation of the description. Okay, so we have now last two slides. Now, what are the uses of qualitative phenomenological research design? So, research lived experiences of human beings and gain insights into their actions and motivations. Okay, unsa ilahang action, unsa ilang mga motivation, no? Makita nato dito sa ilang lived experiences. Broaden their knowledge about a certain phenomenon. Create awareness about the phenomenon. Clarifying the relationship between lived experiences and the theories used to explain those experiences. Nana maging mga theories ana, no? At least we can add up to that data, or somehow we can also negate, no, some of those theories, no? Contribute to the development of new theories, no? Same like grounded theory. Grounded theory is nikuha ka data from you let the themes emerge from the data to create a theory. Same po sa phenomenological research. You can also use this phenomenological research in order to create and develop new theories based from their lived experiences, no? So mao na siya ang phenomenological, no? Now, there are also limitations of phenomenological design. So mao to ko ingon ganina, no? First, ang pinaka major nga limitation is the researcher induced bias, no? Can affect the outcome of the study. No mo na nga, it's very important to bracket, no, your prejudices, no? Bracket it. It could be difficult to establish validity and reliability when using this research approach. Maintaining pure bracketing can be very challenging for the researcher, no? So challenging po na nimo kay panasa ganahan jud ka mo storya kay naamo kay experience po na nago kay idea na ganahan ka. Stop, no? Dili imong show. Ang imong trabaho is pagsuwat og pag-analyze sa ilahang experience, dili imong experience. Okay? And ang imong data kinahanglan gikan sa ila og dili gikan sa imo, no? Dili gikan sa imo ang interpretation, kinahanglan gikan gyud sa data nga gikan sa imuhang participants, no? So participants of the research may not be able to express their views articulately due to factors like language barrier, age, or cognition. Yes, mauna nga kinahanglan you have to establish rapport. Kung kinahanglan ka magbalik-balik ngadto para makakuha ka sa iyang experience, kung kinahanglan ka mag-study sa iyang language para mas makasabot ka, kung kinahanglan ka magdaog interpreter, hala buhata. Hala buhata. No, I remember katong dito ko sa Ateneo, no, attend ko og ethics nga short course. Si Dr. Bulaog mo siguro to, or kinsa ba to nga doctor sa philosophy, no? Before niya gibasa, before siya ni go deeper sa iyang dissertation on a certain theory from a certain philosopher, Heidegger, I think, no, Martin Heidegger, no? Ang iyang gibuhat ning adto sa gyud siya sa lugar sa philosopher, and he stayed there for 3 months. Ning puyo siya sa lugar. Iya lang jung gi-experience ang life sa ang culture sa gipuy-an sa iyang philosopher. Yan yung gipuy-an, no? He learned the language and all para pag interpret na niya, pagbasa na niya sa mga theories o sa mga principles sa iyang philosopher, mas makasabot siya sa gisulti sa iyang philosopher, no? Because nakarelate naman siya, no? So ingana, this may be very tedious, no? Doing this design is very tedious. It needs passion, no? If you just do research just for para lang na kay submit, para lang na kay mahuman, para lang sa imong master teacher, this is not the design for you, no? If you want really to help, if you want to employ phenomenological design, these are for those people nga who looks at research as a developmental tool, no, nga makatabang, not personal, no? Murag gyapon ni sa research sa phenomenological nga imong kuon ng personal bias para ni ila, di ni para sa imo. This work is very tedious. This involves passion, no? So if you want really to help, no, asa man ka, no, environmentalist ka or whatsoever, no, this thing is for you, no? This thing is for you. If you want a quick study can help too, but very quick, you can go to quantitative research studies, no? This one is very tedious and it takes time. So lastly is presenting the findings of phenomenological research can be difficult because the results are highly qualitative. Yes, no? Lisod ang pag present, and it's also difficult, but it can be done, That's why this is for somebody no who has really passion to research. Dili kani this cannot be done overnight. No? Kay kahuman ani pag usually dana kay dito daghan basa ka ako nabuhat hitabo na sa akong dissertation basa ko sa akong ko hala nay kuwang ay balik na pud ka sa field kay mudugang ka pag present na pud nimo sa imong dissertation kay nahuman na ningon na pud nga kuwang og gani yung imong mga panel balik na pud ka sa field kuwang ka so if you have not established rapport with that in the field lisod ang pagbalik-balik no but nagsama maingganyo po ka kay because of putting empathy no in your data gathering madaha ka nila maluoy ka no that's why sometimes pag kaman sa imong research ka unsa may ako ikatabang nila no unsa kay ikatabang sa akong research nila that's why you don't stop after the research you don't stop you find a way that your research will be beneficial to the community that you have taken the data balik ngadto balik sa community balik no balik ka dito ug dito tabangi sila mo na nakaron nga ang mga research sa universities and even in DepEd I think should result into an extension mo nang na-extension gikan sa imong research nakita ka sa problema karon makahimo ka karon og intervention or unsa imong buhaton at least to somehow lighten their burden. That is why we do research to help alleviate people's lives na mabuhi ang tanan o makatabang tanila ha dili makatabang sa ato ang kaugalingon nga mga professional growth though that comes secondarily that should not be the focus when we do research so murag time na ko nilapas na ko og usa ka oras no so murag to kutob thank you and uh, enjoy the rest no questions you just throw it to the moderator and if I can answer I will answer if not I will just quit no joke no so bye everyone see you next time